Okay, hello. Yeah, so I'm trying to make a video without like cutting things too much because I talk funny or too fast sometimes. So yeah, it's been like 3 months or so. So um, I've always been like back and forth about making new videos, anyways, because I don't want to be like I don't know. I'm just like, do I really want to? Do I? Is it like necessary? Do people actually want to like watch them? And then it's a lot of that. So um, being that I'm on my third like requested vacation week, and I have nothing better to do than to be bored and sit in front of my computer all the time. Um, I I just need to like vent, I guess, and then sort of make a new video. But I don't know. I might end up just like talking a whole bunch and then deleting it after I hear myself. So yeah. Right now I just got out of the shower. So I'm trying to like cool down so I'm not sweating all off my routine. So yeah. I don't know if I ever made a routine video before or if anyone really cares. But yeah, my skin is not like the best, but not the worst. So I've been controlling it pretty well, or at least controlling my acne is what I meant. And since I've been feeling a little more dry lately, I've been being more like consistent with additional things like a toner. And then I noticed some like hyperpigmentation on my eyes a while back. I can't really, it's hard if you can't really see unless you really look for it, but it's like right here, and the other part's like right here. It's kind of symmetrical, bilateral. And I think it's mostly like tear staining sort of situation. So I've been trying to like lighten them. But yeah, for the most part, you can't really tell unless I'm not wearing my glasses, and I'm like, and then you're not like, and you're like really looking at them from a certain like light. Yeah. So yeah, it's been like 3 months. How do I do this? Let me get my mirror so I know what I'm hitting. So it's been like 3 months since my last video. I'm gonna make this like a podcasty video and then see if I can make it more interesting by opening some packages, because I have a lot of things that aren't opened yet. But lately I've been just opening them and going on about with my life. But yeah, what I just put on is a witch hazel toner. You'll see the yellow bottle people show more, or at least when I was looking for it. People prefer that one. There's like way more reviews for the yellow bottle than the one with rose water. I use the rose water one because it's hydrating, or supposedly more hydrating. Because I kind of need that for my like wrinkly, dry skin. My skin kind of wears like combination still, but I can definitely feel the dryness nowadays, especially when the weather's kind of weird. And then what was I talking about? Well, anywho, after the witch hazel, I use this for a really long time now. The acne.org acne treatment. I actually have no more to pump out, so I have to like shake the bottle and get the the treatment out by having it like hit the sides of the straw, and then I pull it out this way. And then once I'm actually out of it, I'll like throw it away. But I am not gonna waste perfectly good product. And basically, this is just 2.5% benzoyl peroxide. If you tried it before and then you said that it didn't work, I basically saw some like dermatologists say that for this to really work, you have to be dedicated to using it for at least like 4 to 8 weeks before you actually see results. So I've been doing that for like ever now, and I still get acne, but very, very inconsistent. I usually do this twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. And since I'm kind of lazy, I just do this after I shower at night now. And it's still been keeping my acne at bay. And what I believe is happening is basically trying to like oxidize the bacteria, their outer layer, so they die and not like cause your skin to be inflamed and cause that like pimples to show up, something like that. And yeah, it's like this bottle like lasts forever, but I also have extras as well as this one and other stuff. So yeah, I just use a combination of benzoyl peroxide and this Cetaphil's Gentle Clear Mattifying Acne Moisturizer. This is a 0.5% salicylic acid, which is basically to exfoliate dead skin, I believe is what that ingredient is for. And it's mattifying, which I need because I'm a shiny person, so I find it really effective. And I usually like push out too much product, so I spread it all over my face and then I just draw it down to my neck. I just have that problem of putting out too much, so I might as well prevent acne from showing up on my neck. What was I going to do? Well, and of course, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I avoid the sun, so I'm like pale as hell. I do have a gnarly like farmer's tan right now. I don't know if you can tell from here, but I tried to sort of even it out at least by doing some walking the other day, but I don't tan that fast. And I just make sure like every centimeter of my skin is covered with moisturizer, because I can't have things cracking and hurting later. Also, I want my skin to like regenerate and exfoliate and make new skin cells, so I don't have like acne scars everywhere. And if you look really carefully, you'll probably notice them. But for the most part, I can't tell unless I really look for them. But yeah, I would love to like see a dermatologist for like that. And this is not as bad as this one, but I have like this area that's like itchy all the time, but it's like flat and there's like no hive, like raised skin, so I don't know what's up. But I try not to do it, I try not to scratch it too much, so like the skin won't peel. And then I just sort of like picked up this pore because it was like clogged. Now it's all red. Regrets. And then lately I've been dealing with some ingrown hairs. There was one here, but hopefully this flattens out. So yeah, for my like hyperpigmentation, I just put these around my like bags, and I just rub the excess around my nose and areas that are more red, so I don't waste the product. As you can see, I'm almost out of this. What I was looking for specifically, as far as an ingredient goes, is alpha arbutin. Apparently, that's like the best ingredient for hyperpigmentation, besides retinol, I believe. But retinol is like super expensive. And I'm not sure if retinol actually does like skin color correcting opposed to like wrinkle reducing. So yeah, this one's fairly cheapish. I don't know if it's been working really well because you're supposed to see results in like months. It's not immediate. So I've just been like using it as like an eye bag treatment basically, and then I just rub it to like other sites of the discoloration. So they're like here where I usually have like a lot of acne, and I'm still able to like squeeze out product. So I've been using every last ounce of this. And then I usually get like product in my eyebrow, so I try to like milk it out. Especially if it's sunscreen because it can get a gray cast. So I don't want to like go to work with like gray cast in my eyebrow. So what I do after this is like really squeeze my eyebrow down, and then like you'll see like product on the side like squished out. And I just rub it out. I rub it out in a non-dirty way. Then I do the same for the other side. So I'm on vacation this week. It's Wednesday now, so technically I've been on vacation since like Saturday. But week's almost up, and then I have been trying to like really use this as like me time. But my last vacation, like last month, stuff happened where like the first couple days was okay. I watched like 2 movies. If you watched that Ultraman Rising movie on Netflix, I watched that. I liked it. Very cool. And then like, what else did I watch? I watched another movie. Oh yeah, I watched Knights of the Zodiac. And that lead character guy is so hot. I like that movie a lot. I'm kind of sad it kind of bombed. So no part 2 for that. But yeah, the fight scene in that movie is amazing. What else? But yeah, later that week, stuff happened. Like my dad had lost vision in his left eye, or one of his eyes, and a couple of weeks later, it turned out that I think it was associated with his stroke because he had a stroke. So someone has a lot of health issues. And then what? And then yeah, like part of me is like, I gotta get out of here, but also like at the same time, my mom's like laid off her job, so she's basically been like watching my dad, and my dad's basically like dying, but how fast? Like I don't know yet. So yeah, but don't feel too bad. My dad's not like the best dad in the world, so yeah. Apart from like me sharing like 50% of his DNA, like he's never like had a really big like influence on my life. And then did I do that order? I don't think I did. Anyways, so I have a very dry neck, so I put shea butter on my neck, and then I put the excess in a private zone because I've been having like fissure problems. So yeah, hope you didn't hear that. Yeah, and here's the shea butter bottle. It's by Palmer's. I tried their cocoa butter, but the thing I hate the most about using that one is like I don't want to smell like Nesquik. Like that's what it smells like to me. So I don't want to smell like cocoa powder. So shea butter is like equally moisturizing, and without the smell basically. And that protects my neck from feeling all like dry and hot and like inflamed and itching and like skin's breaking, that sort of feeling. Ugh. And then that's my usual like routine, unless I'm like coming home super late at night from the gym on Fridays usually. If it's like 2 or 3 in the morning, then I'm just like, I just showered. I just do the acne treatment and then the moisturizer, and then that's it. In the morning, it's just sunscreen. So I've been using this forever. The Neutrogena Clear Face Oil-Free Sunscreen. I find it the most like mattifying out of all the sunscreens I've tried in the past. As far as how effective it is, it's not like the SPF PAA 5 plus, like 50 plus like you'd find in other countries, the better kind. But I think it does the job. Like, I don't know how fast my face is aging. I think I've been told I look not my age, but I don't know, people lie. Okay, so let me get some food really quick and I'll resume. I've been trying to grow out my hair, and like as far as my fringe goes, it's like not even halfway down my forehead. Okay, BRB. Okay, so now that I have food, before I start getting like the sweats from being hungry, and then like my internet's down, so perfect. Yeah. So, anyways, since I have food now, I'm trying to sort of really concentrate and go off my notes from this morning. Yeah. So I think in my last video I mentioned that I got my last gum graft. So I think my smile looks much more like better, at least from what I can tell. I still have like an awkward smile because I guess the muscles in my face are like not even, so my smile's a little off. That's why like my dimples are kind of different looking. Yeah. But yeah, now I just need to get this fixed now. Hopefully my teeth look a little whiter because I did like polish them a couple of days ago because I was so bored. And then I scaled like whatever I could see, but I definitely need someone else to like help me scale the other parts of my mouth. And then I just learned that I have a frenulum, a tongue, like a tongue tie, a tongue frenulum. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right because I've been pronouncing things kind of off. Because like I work at a school and they like the word provost. Like the other people pronounce it provost, and I guess that's right because you don't say host, you say host. But I try to make it like French sounding. And then there was one time where I kept reading the word Bridget as Brigitte. Yeah. I'm a sociopath. Well, anywho, yeah. I have like this thing. Apparently like 5 to 10% of newborns have it, and I asked my mom like, has the doctor ever told you that I have this? And then that usually has to be like surgically excised or have a tummy cut into it to like help release that like band to have people like eat easier and talk easier. So now I feel like if people can't understand me, it's because I have that. But I don't know. I don't have trouble eating though. I don't know if I can really like record this myself eating for like an hour and go through all the footage. Let's see. Well, anyways, I'm basically wearing my clothes for gym tomorrow, so I'm gonna wake up in this and I'm gonna go to gym. Basically like a gym short tool. I got these shorty shorts. I think during the 4th of July sale or something, maybe. I don't know, but basically I just wanted to wear shorts. So those were the ones that weren't like in the colors that I don't already have. Another news, like the boba store I frequent, they just started getting like 0-calorie sweetener. So hopefully, I'll look less fat or body fat composition wise in the coming months, and see how much of an effect or calorie impact that really had on me. But yeah, I think like the main point of this video is because I've been really wanting to vent, and my friend that I usually vent to, she gets really busy sometimes, but she's like literally the only person that like is fine with it, because as you get into your 30s and older, when all your friends marry, they like kind of drift away. And yeah, she's like the only person who kind of really still talks to me, because I think we're both on the same page of like, we're both single. If we're gonna die alone, we're just gonna die alone. Don't really expect to get married, but if it happens, sure. Yeah. I guess for her, it's like, I don't really care about love life. While I'm like trying, but it's very like, how do I describe this? Expectations are very low. Yeah. But yeah, so basically, let's see. Back before the new year, I was like, I'm in a stable position in my life. Like, I know what I want. I can buy whatever the hell I want. Things like that. And then, so I was like, okay, let me just put myself out there. And then our reception has been like, I basically maxed out all the homosexuals in the area, so that's pretty much that. I mean, first of all, I know I'm picky, but it's like, I kind of deserve to be. And if there's like no physical attraction, then like I have no like will to move forward. So yeah, and then I have like my preferences. Everyone has their preferences, so that was that. I guess I started out with Jacked, and then like I didn't realize how much it was basically like the grinder of people of color. So although I felt like hot, like it was basically people trying to proposition sex to me. So I was like, this is not really what I wanted. So yeah, and then the other thing was like I got a message that was like, oh, like, hey, Diggy used to post like skincare stuff or something on like a forum, like on Subi or something. I forgot what he wrote. I can't really share a screenshot because they don't let you do it on Jacked. I technically could have just taken a photo of it with my digital camera, but that's long gone. But basically, I was like, oh, but technically, I was like, yes, but I didn't reply to it, and I deleted it soon after, and that wasn't the sole reason, but it's kind of funny. I was like, I'm not verified, so people know it's me. But yeah. Other than that, I've been on Hinge, but like usually like the really hot people are like they're not verified, and like they look like they want to be interested in me. They look like we don't have the same interests. And yeah, so I basically like X'd everything out. No. So yeah, and then don't do what I did where you go like. Don't do what I did where you can like go back to all your dislikes, because that's a bunch of people you can like go back and see again, and yeah, I'd rather just go through a little bit. Yeah, I prefer Hinge since like I can actually see the people who like me rather than a blur. Also, like with like Tinder and Bumble, I really dislike the endless like scrolling. So yeah, it's so sad though. I like have all this vacation time, and I was hoping to do fun stuff with it, but it's just like me time, which I don't dislike. I like repulse is the best way. Like you can't love yourself you can't love anyone else without loving yourself, or whatever. So yeah, but I just want to do fun stuff, you know. Yeah. But anywho, other than that, but like TBH, like if I were to look at my own profile, I would be interested. I don't know why, like no one hot wants to like me. Yeah, it's okay. If you happen to be, I'm pretty sure there's this guy at my gym who like tries to eye me when I'm not looking, and I do the same. That one would be like a. That would be like a. I'd hit that. But yeah, I bet you he's like 10 years younger than me. That's one of the things that's one of the problems. Like, I put an age limit, and I definitely want someone with like a mature mind. I think the last person I spoke to, there's some sort of physical attraction, but the conversations were kind of not really. There's like effort in there, but I can tell when there's like a misunderstanding, or the replies weren't matching whatever I was writing. So something was off. And later started getting towards like the sex stuff, and I was like, we haven't even really like shown interest in like our interests, so nothing good. I'm also the problem, okay? But I acknowledge that, but yeah. And wonder this will encourage me to eat faster, because I eat pretty slow. And it's already like 11 p.m. and I'm trying to go to sleep. Really? I guess I don't have to sleep early. During my vacation times, I literally go to bed and I make sure my phone's on do not disturb or silent, so I won't get like email things and and like other stuff. So or like other stuff. I mainly get work emails, and that's pretty much it. Or like personal emails, but I don't really get a lot of those either, unless I order stuff. So it can't like bother me. So anyways, I'm going back on my dad. My dad is basically blind in one eye now. Had a stroke, so he has like trouble eating solid foods. He's not half paralyzed, which is another like common stroke like aftermath sort of situation. But he's definitely had to like have some sort of physical therapy. But yeah, how long he's doing it, I don't know. He's kind of stubborn, so he's not the best person to like work with. He's also on a ton of medication, and basically, I don't know if it's like a huge factor, but basically, maybe like a year or two ago, maybe not even, maybe even longer. Basically, he had his colon, or a piece of his colon, taken out right before lockdown. So he had like colon cancer that was taken out. That had me freaking out whenever I had like anal fissures and I saw blood in the toilet, and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna have that like early on. But I sort of had that like cleared out with my PCP. He did give me a referral to like a internist, but I think I was mixing up hemorrhoids with anal fissures, and that's what happened. So just educate yourself, but don't educate yourself beyond. Don't like WebMD yourself if you don't know what you're reading, I guess. But basically, he had like he went back to drinking alcohol, which sort of is like his last like bad habit because he used to smoke like when I was a kid, but I think he quit before I went to high school, or maybe I was in like in middle school already. But yeah, he did quit. Like, how old would he be then? I don't know. My dad's like 70 something now. He had me when he was like 37. So yeah, he's old. So part of me like not leaving home is because I need to like make sure they're okay. But at the same time, I don't want to be like the sole carrier of this situation because like you brought that upon yourself sort of. His liver is not dead yet, but his like blood pressure medication wasn't working, and then like alcohol itself is sort of like a vasal constrictor, so that just adds to the problem. And he's on a ton of other medication now, so I think that's part of like the cause of his stroke. And then basically like we only learned it was a stroke because like my mom was laid off. I already said that earlier, but so it's been like 1 or 2 months now, and I don't know about your moms, but when my mom has nothing to do, the thing she'll want to do, she does basically. The thing she does now is look for something to do at home to like fix. So like she was fixing like this like little stand in our like little closet. We put the vacuum in and all like the cat food because there's like a porthole for the drain in case something clogs. You can like root it over there. And then my dad tried to help her, and my mom was like, "Why are you drooling?" And then this is not normal, so like she asked my brother, because my brother like does nothing but sit at home, like if she should take him to the urgent care or should she take him to an emergency room. So she took him to urgent care first. Then they told her to drive him to a emergency room afterwards. So she was like, "Does that need like an ambulance or something?" She's like, and they told her no. But so he still had time, but like no. Well, he had enough time to not like be paralyzed in half his body. So that's that. And then he like stayed for like overnight for like 2-3 days, and then came back home. Which was quicker than I thought because I googled it, and apparently the typical like release time is like a week. So they took a CT of his brain, but I guess I don't know what their neurologist said or whatever. I didn't really look through his medical records, but they sent home like a CD with his CT, and then the GP doctor like looked at it and told him to like get his lungs checked out because he already had like respiratory problems because he kept coughing like weeks ago. Because it turned out he has like something wrong with his lungs, and then I think he has like a growth like here somewhere that's my mom says is like very stiff when it should be like soft, something like that. And then he also has like blood in his urine, so he probably has like either like kidney problems or a bladder infection or something, or a urethra. I don't know, something in that system. What else does he have? I don't know about his liver, but that should be one too. So yeah, he's basically dying. It's not like how fast. And then my mom's basically like, I want to get a new job, but I think the best thing to do is like take care of him. I was like, I don't know, man. My dad was like, basically when I was born, he was like maybe there for the birth, but like never taken me to like doctor visits. My mom said like when I was born, she was discharged early because I guess I had jaundice and I had to be held back for a couple of days, and she literally had to go by the bus by herself without my dad just to check up on me. So yeah, so I guess a big deal breaker for me and like to other people, I guess, is that I don't drink alcohol, like period. I will like drink like 1 or 2 drinks just to not be that guy, but like I don't enjoy it. I don't think it makes food taste any better. I don't see the point in it. Because when I see like drinking, all I see is my alcoholic family and my dad, and I don't want to do that. So yeah. So if you're sober, keep it at like don't let people like mess up that joy. I do have a package I wanted to open, like I guess see if it would get like some sort of traction. I don't think it will, but I'm sure my primary audience would care. I should know if I should be hiding in this video or putting it in a separate one. Because I think this video is going to be very long. Even though it's primarily me eating, I'm picking my teeth and drinking diet soda every like 5 minutes. I also don't know how it's going to look like in these, like when I just finished eating and uploaded. But yeah, hopefully better than 3 months ago. But yeah, like I'm not kind of alcohol. Well, I'm sure like being an OnlyFans model person is also part of it because I'm sure it contributes to like a lot of body dysmorphia, comparing yourself to other people and like comparing their like popularity to yours. But I saw like one person talk about his mental health and how he's been like abusing alcohol, and you can really see the difference in his body from like 2 years ago to like today. So, yep. I mean, like I'm stuck full of like fake sugar, but hopefully it's better. I don't know when there's going to be a time where you're like the human body actually recognizes the chemical as like actual sweetener and not like a fake sugar. But hopefully not in my lifetime. I'm almost done eating, I swear. Okay, I finished eating, so let's try to finish this so I can go to bed. Where was I? So yeah, does anyone watch The Real Housewives of Dubai besides me? But yeah, Sarah's boyfriend. Why can't I have that? Why? Okay, so so yeah, I have this package I ordered a while back. Basically, I don't know what happened first. Yeah, I don't know what happened first. I either needed a new wallet, or I saw this and then I thought I needed a new wallet. So, I got this package from like Nordstrom Rack. It came in two like shipments. One was this card wallet thing. So it's like really cute, but I ended up realizing it was too small for me. So it was this Karl Lagerfeld, rest in peace, wallet, and basically it's just for credit cards. So it was kind of too small for me. So I ended up getting a Coach wallet in the end. I guess I'll show it now since I didn't really better do. Since I think it's more appropriate now than later. Let me go grab it. So I ended up getting this like cute like baby blue-ish Coach wallet because it's like I like the two layer I don't know how to call it. Basically there's two like dividers, and then an ID slot. I want to show my stuff, so yeah. And then a bunch of like cards for slots for cards. So yeah. Originally I wanted like a Prada one, but it was kind of like a lot for what it is. So I was like, oh, I'll just get a Coach one for now. I think when I really want to treat myself, I'll get that Prada one, but for now this will do. Well, anywho, since I'm on like a package opening streak, I have this like package I ordered from Etsy not too long ago, and it's pretty much a Christmas present for my coworker since she's too nice and she just does too many like nice things that I just have to get her something because I feel really bad if I don't. I want to see how like it looks before I open it like 4 months from now, so I'll get to that in a little bit. So yeah, so now I have that Karl Lagerfeld thing for, I guess, if I ever go to like an event that requires me to have like flatter pant pockets or something. um, I'll use, but for now it just sits in my desk. I thought I'd stop burping by now. So Mushroom Rack, I guess, has like a minimum requirement for free shipping, so I ended up getting some things. Oh, I got a hat. Why did I buy another hat? Stupid. The thing I wanted is really this thing right here. It's this Nike briefs. I've seen like models or Instagram people or models from a particular place wear like the jockstrap version. I thought these looked nice, so I was like, I want to try. So I have them now. It was relatively cheapish. It was like $27 or something, I think. So now I have 3 pairs of these. I also didn't realize I bought a hat. I remember buying this for sure because you can't really have too many slippers at home, because if you're like me, no one else at home buys their own slippers and they wear yours until it breaks down. So I got a pair just to keep on hand. So yeah, nothing special. These just house slippers. They look like this. Oh gosh. Yeah. So far, I like the Puma ones I bought a while back because they're more fabric than they are like polyurethane, plastic, rubber. And then I got this cap, which I totally forgot I bought. Which is funny because I also have another cap that I bought not too long ago. The only difference is that this one has like a strappy thing. It's kind of like a belt strap, and then this one's actually more stretchy. But since it's so new, it's like super tight on my head. So yeah, this one you have to like adjust it to size. I have a big head. But yeah, I guess that's beside the point. Let me open this and give it a quick try, I guess. Obviously, not going to look like this, but the goal is eventually. Although, as you may know, I can't diet to save my life. But I also know that I'm not a fitness model and I'm not going to take performance-enhancing drugs to look a certain way. Although I do find it interesting that there are people out there that are proud to be like not natty. This is like the term for like natural. Oh god, oh god. I gotta pick up all these plastic bits before my cat plays with them. And my cat's doing that thing where they like to like sit in a box. So they look like this. I got it in medium. I don't know if I should have gotten it in small or not. Let me try while I just ate and feel all bloated. So as I mentioned earlier, I'm wearing basically all Gymshark clothes. I'm wearing these like cock socks undies right now, and I'm feeling very fattish. Let's see. Honestly, I just really like the design of them. Like, this doesn't have to be there, but it is. And then, like, when I see people, like, have them on for photo shoots, I'm like, damn, I like that. How do people do this? This hurts. mean, they look nice. I don't know like how long they'll look this way, but
I dig it.
okay. Well, okay, let me open my Etsy package real quick. And then I'm gonna figure out how to loosen this because this size is too small. So basically, I ordered this from Etsy. If you don't know or like follow me on,
Wait.
you scared me. That's what I'll put in my underwear.
I know.
Sorry, my cat was playing with my underwear. So yeah, if you don't follow me on social media or know, I work with animals, so I bought some shorts from Etsy mainly because I saw someone at the gym wear the shirt and I thought it was really cute, so I thought she would like it as well. She doesn't have like your conventional pets. She has your pocket pets, which is usually for children, but she has like hamsters at home. I think it's mainly because her apartment doesn't really allow animals, so I got these hamster shirts. This one, oh, actually, the print is much bigger than I thought it would be. So, it's like of that one painting with the screen face, but with the hamster. It's from that meme, so I thought it would be perfect. It's a little big. I hope she likes oversized clothes. I hope she's tucking it in like I do, or tucking it in like I do in my gym photos. I like it. The quality is really good. How do I fold this back nicely for so I can keep it that way until December? Also, to add to this, I didn't buy it that early because of any particular reason, but it was on sale, and I wasn't sure how long that sale would last. So yeah, it was like $17 or something per shirt. And then I saw like I've been seeing a trend of this sort of design shirt where it's like a collage with like, it's usually a musical artist, but this one has hamsters, so I got this one. I wish it didn't say fluffy hamster, but it's like corny but cute. So hopefully she likes this too. Then the last one I got for myself, it's just like art history shirt, and then it has like cats in different art styles. That's cheeky, funny. So I got this for myself. I don't know how long this like print will last on top of it, but it's so cute. Like, look at the cube style and like the surrealism one. God. I'm gonna dress in a wash because I'm gonna wear this for sure. Other than that, I do have a bunch of like gym clothes I have stashed for when I get sick of my current tops. But since it's so hot, I'm just gonna wear this tomorrow, even though my back is like full of acne scars and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna try to edit this video tomorrow after the gym. I'm gonna try to get it up before the day ends, I guess. I just don't know how it'll work, but hopefully it does pan out how I pictured. Opening ceremony for the Paris Olympics is on Friday, if that gives you an indication of what day it is. Also, if you watch Elite on Netflix, season 8 starts on Friday. And then, yeah, me Joel. And then, yeah, so sad. Last season, the final season. And then, I don't know if you follow Cat's Eye, but that girl group is putting out a new single on Friday as well. I hope it's good. I didn't know that their song Debut was produced by Ryan Tedder. And I didn't know that New Jeans Supernatural was produced, or Pharrell has a producing credit on that track. I didn't know that. Yeah. these are things I could be telling my boyfriend if I had one. But yeah, my hot boyfriend, my hot imaginary boyfriend. See Friday. I don't know. Yeah. Bye.